Welcome, everybody, to Crunchtime Season 9, Episode 7. It's good to be back here, and we have a little bit different setting. You may not be able to tell this, guys, but we are not in Studio B.
Why you give up the secret lope, man?
Because, the fans will find out eventually, the 5 that we have.
I just noticed we don't have our football up here either. I just noticed that.
We'll have our
Or our bobblehead.
Or our bobblehead.
We don't
Okay, so the gig's up. So we are actually in the main studio here at Austin Peay State University because Studio B is being ripped apart right now. But you know what you do in life? You overcome and you adapt.
When life give you lemon,
You make lemonade.
you make Kool-Aid, baby. You know
Kool-Aid?
Oh yeah, it got to be sweeter.
That's not how the saying goes.
Lemon with Kool-Aid.
You
I
know,
was going to say, like, if you sugar, you make sweet tea. That's what I was going to say. But
okay.
Yeah,
McDonald's sweet tea.
Cookout sweet tea.
that'll put you in a coma. But anyway,
we like it
guys,
down
Yeah.
here.
it's been like 3 weeks since we've done this
What's
show.
up, man?
How crazy
Well, I
is
done
that?
seen you just about every day.
Yeah.
I ain't seen.
Y'all been having some off days, man. I've been here grinding and stuff.
But we work on weekends.
Listen, okay.
I
Okay,
work
listen.
weekends.
Especially Paige Hearn, and shout out to her who's directing
yeah,
this.
shout
She
out
knows
P.
this. All right, we've done hockey for like 2 weekends, right? We've
Yep.
had other shows that we've done.
We did something yesterday.
We did a political show yesterday. We got a political show today inside the system that we're doing.
We
So
got interviews today.
we got interviews today. We have done like 1,000 things,
Yeah.
and you're not helping with like
Listen-
any of them.
Listen, yesterday, I actually didn't have anything going on yesterday, and I actually played Red Dead for like 13 hours yesterday.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't done that since I was like
8 years old.
Yeah.
Nah, bro.
You're sick.
So you finished? You just about finished?
I'm just about finished.
Nah, that's nasty work.
Yeah, I
You're-
swear.
you're
the day went-
13
The day
hours?
went by so
You brush your
fast,
teeth?
dude.
Okay.
Did
I
you
got
like
up-
get up and eat?
I got up. I was gonna come in here, but I decided tomorrow I was gonna come here today, and because I was already gonna be here today. And so my mom was like, "You want IHOP?" So we DoorDash IHOP yesterday. And so
Hey, y'all DoorDash grueling.
yeah, so I had a little IHOP yesterday morning, and hopped on the Red Dead from like I'll probably say like 10 o'clock in the morning till about 1:30 at night.
You're sick. You're sick. I haven't done that in a while.
I haven't done it either.
Yeah, I ain't
I'm
did-
gonna tell you right now, it was nice.
Last time I did, it was probably about a couple years ago. I probably say lockdown, shutdown, quarantine.
Listen, it's a long story, man. It's a long game.
But bro,
I'm not even
13
done with
hours
it yet.
straight.
I haven't done that in a while. But that is like the best day.
It was raining yesterday too, bro. I had my window
It was
open
perfect.
with
Had
the
the
rain coming down.
music, the YouTube.
See, man, it was a good day for it yesterday.
That was therapy. Much needed therapy.
I can only go like 3 or 4 hours at a time now before I'm like, I have to stop.
Mm-mm.
And like at least take like a little break.
Mm-mm.
I take like a little 30-minute break and then I go right back to it.
I keep the headset on. Go make me a sandwich.
Yeah, that's usually like, hey, you get
That ain't a
something to
break
eat.
though,
It is a break.
because I get right back in there and I'm eating it.
No. Like you eat your sandwich, you do something else, you get away for a little bit, and then you get back into it.
Flank. That's how I be.
Oh man. But we're happy to be back again. Obviously, we're in a new setting, but it doesn't look like it because Steve
Nah.
Sawyer's a wizard.
Genius, man.
Genius.
Shout out
Genius.
to Steve, man.
Yeah.
Genius.
Shout out him. Shout out David
Yeah,
Ellison.
Ellison too.
Because they made this happen. Because I mean,
Facts.
there was a chance that we weren't going to be able to do this today because of the setting situation.
It got wicked at 8:15 in the
Mhm.
morning. It
and,
got-
and
it
then
got
we
real
just,
wicked.
and then they pulled out their wizard wands and said, "All right, we're going to make this work."
Sorry, I couldn't be here to help.
Yeah, dude, you're just the worst.
He was playing Red Dead.
Yeah, he's too busy
Yeah.
playing Red
I
Dead.
overslept this morning.
Anyway, let's go ahead and get into it. So the Govs are coming off a loss here at home against Abilene Christian by a score of 35-34. You'll see the graphic pop up here in a second, but the Govs drop a tough one here at home. As you see here, Austin Smith threw for 308 yards, 2 touchdowns, also added 1 on the ground. But Abilene Christian did score 13 points in the second half and scored the go-ahead touchdown with 3:07 left in the fourth. This means that Austin Peay falls to 4-6 on the season, 3-4 within the UAC. So, guys, it was a frustrating game, especially when you're up 2 scores in the second half to drop, especially a team that right now is at the top of the conference. So you're seeing, at the one hand, you're seeing marked improvement from the Govs, and you're seeing better play, especially on the offensive side of the ball, but you still drop 1 at home. They've only won 1 home game this season.
Yeah, this is a game that I feel like Austin Peay literally had control of the entire game until the last score, and I think they had the lead the entire game until the last touchdown that Abilene Christian scored. They went up by 1 point, and I had a stat that says at halftime, the Govs had basically a 90% chance to win at halftime.
Mm.
So, and it was, I mean, the game started off. You couldn't ask for a better start to the game. You know, in the first quarter, outside of Abilene Christian's first drive, both teams rattled off 14 points back to back to back to back. So, you got Jaden Barnes, first touchdown, then their guy, I believe it was J.J. Henry, I think, number 4 for them. 2 explosive touchdown passes for him, and then I think it was Lavelle Wright. It was our second touchdown scorer. So, couldn't ask for a better start to the game, and like I said, the Govs went up. I can't remember what their biggest margin was, but they had a 90% chance of winning at halftime. And you know, it's just one of the teams where when you got them down, man, you got to put them away because you let good teams, especially this really good team, and Abilene Christian, hang around, man. They're gonna find a way to win at the end of the game.
Yeah, but shout out to Smith though. He been balling the last few weeks.
Both quarterbacks accounted for 3 total touchdowns, and it was they've been finding ways to get Barnes the ball and letting him go to work and let him just be an athlete, and I feel like that's what's been working for them. And so, hate that they you know, they're just now hitting their stride this late in the season because, like we said, we are seeing improved play from them, and they're playing good ball right now, and they just came out on the short end of the stick this week.
I just think wrong time to get in rhythm. That's all it is. You know, sometimes you put your food in the microwave and you go to the bathroom or something, go grab the remote, you come back, now your sandwich burnt up. I think that's where we're at right now. We was in the microwave for a little too long. We was cooking up. It took us a little too long to get the food going. But it's good to see though that we getting in the right direction. It's the first year for everybody, brand new team, like we've been saying all year. But now that we finally starting to get we're starting to reap the benefits of the team that we envisioned early in the season. I don't think it's bad. So I know me, you know, I apologize for everything I said early in the season. You know, there's a point in life where you got to be reflective. You know what I mean? You got to see it from a different perspective. And we're playing like a brand new team. The last we played, what was that homecoming? Tarleton. Tarleton. We was in a good game with them, and we just so happened to have a bad fourth quarter. And then who we played last week?
North Allen.
At North Allen, and we was in the game. We was within this.
Won that game.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we won that game. Yeah, we won that game. I forgot we beat North Allen because Kendall came in here. He was smiling. Came in here smiling. So now, you know, then we go against Abilene Christian and we fall 1 point short.
1 point short. I mean, that's the name of the game. Touchdowns, not field goals, right?
You want to win. But from what we started off, it got dark. It got real dark.
If you compare this team now to the opener at Louisville, they probably look like 2 different teams. You know, they're taking care of the ball. Austin Smith's playing well. He's throwing the ball well. Jaden Barnes they're sort of kind of developing that connection with one another now. Austin's using his legs more, so. You know, like I said, there are 2 different teams than what you start out the rest of the season. But that's normally how seasons start, you know, especially with the first-year head coach. You know, like it's not always going to be hit the ground running, you know, unlike Coach O in 2019. That team just hit the ground running off of game 1, and we went all the way to the quarterfinals of the playoffs.
But you say that, though. We started off 2-2, though.
Did we?
Yeah, because
we started off 2-0. That's
No,
we didn't start
1-1. Remember,
1-1. Central Arkansas lost week 2.
Yeah,
That's right.
So opened
That's right.
against Central, won that one, lost to
Central Arkansas. Yep. Then went to ETSU week 3.
Yes.
Or was it Mercer week 3? It was one of those 2.
It was one of those 2. We ended up starting 2-2 either way.
That's right. Yeah, sorry. I was thinking for some reason we went 2-0 that year, but
no.
We had a good year that year. That's why I was thinking that.
Right. But even then, like you said, like, hey, that team got off to a little bit of a shaky start. And I mean, even this team, but guys, we were 1-4 at one point this season. And we thought there was no chance that we would come close to a winning record, especially, again, based off the play that we saw. And now they have a legitimate chance to go 6-6, get back to 500, you know. And I think that would be a massive victory for Coach Ferris in his first year, especially the way we started. I mean, that would be huge if we could find a way to get to 6-6. And they got a good chance to do it. But you mentioned it, Jaden Barnes. I mean, dude, he had a day. 6 for $179 and 2 tutties.
That's a fantasy type night.
Yeah, that's like a 40-point.
That's like a Jamar Chase type.
Oh, dude, I played against him in one of my leagues, and I got.
He had 55
he
points.
He had 55 points in a PPR league, which is insane.
That game was insane, dude.
Yeah, but Lavelle Wright coming back, you know, that's a big one. 11 for 66 and a touchdown. But you know, I mean. What the crazy thing is, we talked about early in the season, right, how it was our defense kept us in games, our running game was what's going to win us games. Now it's like, hey, they are letting it air it out with Smith, and, you know, he's gotten 300-plus passing yards in back-to-back games. So, that's wild there as well. But, again, you know, it's just tough, especially in the second half. You know, you're up 13 points. That was the widest margin we had. You mentioned that earlier. You gave up 14 points in the third quarter. You know, it's tied at 7-7 in the fourth, but again, you fall short because you end up kicking 2 field goals in the second quarter instead of getting touchdowns. So, and Abilene Christian's at the top of the conference right now.
Yeah.
They're the top dog. They're sitting at 6-1 in the conference, 73 overall. So you had a couple of chances to take down the top dogs. You had a chance against Tarleton here at home. You fell short. You had a chance here against Abilene Christian at home. You fell short. So, I mean, it's tough. You know, the Lone Star State has not been kind to the Govs.
But my thing is, I want to know what was it that changed? What was the was it the schematic? Was it confidence? Was it?
I'll tell you what I think is. I think we're playing to the level of our competition.
So we prepared.
I mean, sometimes like when people say don't play down to your competition, like if you look at some of the scores we played, like West Georgia. I think it was West Georgia. We won 20-16, and I think did they have any wins at all when we beat them? I don't know if they had any wins.
They had one win against West Georgia.
One win, and then Utah Tech. Where they weren't a very good team either. We went 13.
Are they still?
We went 13-7 against Utah Tech.
Utah Tech has won a game.
Oh,
so I mean, and then we come out and play teams like Tarleton, and we lose by 10 against Tarleton, and we play well the entire game basically against Tarleton.
Until we do, what was that, a pick six or almost a pick six?
Something along those lines. But like I said, I think we're just playing up. We're up and down, man. We're up and down. Like I feel like maybe the guys are saying, like, we got a really good opponent coming this week. So we need to prepare a little more. Like it's got to be a steady. You got to stay
even kill.
Well, Coach Walton used to say, steadying the boat.
Yeah.
Steadying the boat. You don't get too high. Don't get too low. So I feel like if one thing I got to take away from just seeing how they're playing against these teams, that's something I got to take away from. They're playing to the level of their competition.
So. And fun fact, you know who Utah Tech beat this season? You'll never guess.
SIU.
Nope.
No. They purple?
Yep.
They wanted the
They
purple.
beat Central Arkansas?
They sure did.
Yeah.
They beat Central Arkansas 34-21.
Utah Tech did?
Yeah.
34. Where it?
It was at home.
Okay.
It was at home.
Probably
I bet it was homecoming too.
Yeah, it was homecoming.
But still, I mean,
that's still crazy though. Is that their first win of the year?
That's their one and only win of the season. And they play.
That's why you play the game on the grass, not the paper.
Yep, you play at They play at home against West Georgia this weekend, and then they play at Southern Utah to finish out the season. So, shout out to the Trailblazers getting their first win of the season, especially against Central Arkansas, a team that we do not like.
Yeah, we took that dub though. We appreciate that dub.
Yeah,
we appreciate that dub.
But if you take a look at the standings, Abilene Christian, Tarleton State, they're the top dogs. UCA, Eastern Kentucky, Southern Utah are all in that kind of flirting range with 4-2 and 3-3, but I mean that's a big loss for Central Arkansas because they're trying to stay within the race. Yeah. They would have been 4-2. They'd at least been in somewhat striking distance.
Are they third right now?
They have fallen to third, tied for third, and then we are technically fourth. Tied with North Alabama with fourth, and then Utah Tech and West Georgia are at the bottom of the barrel. But like you said, man, that's why you play the game. But I mean, that's kind of why the Govs have been in the games they've been in. On paper, you wouldn't think that they would be in a game against Tarleton State, against North Alabama, but that's why you play the game, man.
I want to play a hypothetical game because we could have honestly won against Tarleton,
Southern Utah.
And
could have won this game too.
Yeah, in this past game. So that's a 5-game win streak. We've only had one. Yeah, we could have beat Southern Utah too, but since that was a double-digit L for real, we never had a chance. Let's just take that as an L. So we have 2 conference losses, and we'll be tied for third.
Well, you beat Abilene, Tarleton, and Southern Utah.
Actually second. Yeah, we 1 or 2.
Yeah, we're 1 or 2. Yeah, because we would go from 3 and 4 to essentially 7 and 1, 6 and 1.
That's just one of those scenarios where like all the top teams have that one loss to that one. It's kind of like a circle, like this team lost to this team, but that team lost to this team, and it's kind of like a circle, and then you have those head-to-head, those tiebreakers,
Yeah.
So
and essentially we wouldn't have to because I think when we talked earlier, like when we had like a show like weeks ago, I think Tarleton, one of these these purple schools,
teams, man.
one of them play each other at the end of the year,
Mm-hmm.
so they ultimately would have had us a 1 spot.
The only school that we've gotten crushed by is Central Arkansas. Every other game it's been close.
Louisville
Louisville
don't count.
Louisville don't count.
What? They don't count Louisville?
No, bro.
I mean, in terms of like our
they're
conference,
in a major conference, bro.
Yeah,
but we didn't.
They're
we didn't even score a point.
They're a top 15 team in the.
If
FBS.
we scored a point, that's bad on them.
Yeah, they're a top 15 team in the FBS, and kind of in a chance
Didn't
to
they
win
beat
the
Clemson?
ACC. Yeah, they crushed Clemson.
Yeah, they just.
I was gonna say I've never been shut out by an FBS team, but we got shut out by Pitt in 2020.
Yeah,
But that was
bad.
COVID. We had no fans though, so
Oh, so you're not going to count that?
No, that
I'm not
counts.
counting that one.
LeBron rings count.
I'm not counting.
And-
What? Nah, but
Yes, they do. If Steph Curry would have won in the bubble, it would have been different.
Anyway,
Let's move on. Let's move on.
that's a conversation for another day. But the next time the Govs will see action will be at home here against Eastern Kentucky. And we're gonna go and let's go ahead and talk about the Colonels. Let's go ahead and get in here and talk about the Colonels again. That's the next time the Govs will see action this Saturday, as you see here on the screen. That will be who we play. The Colonels of EKU, again, a team we don't like here in Clarksville, Tennessee. You see their record 6-4, 4-2 within the conference. So they're probably out of the UAC in terms of winning the conference, but they are still trying to stay in that win column, try to at least get maybe an at-large bid for the FCS playoffs.
Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Don't know if the UAC is going to get an at-large bid because usually the conferences, the North Dakota States of the world, they usually get an at-large bid because they're kind of like the SEC of the FCS. But you never know. But like we mentioned earlier, the Govs are in position with back-to-back home games to at least get to 6-6 on the season. I think that would be massive for Coach Ferris in his first year.
Yeah, to be able to go 500, especially where we started off at, like we hit it in the beginning of the show. I think we started off, we said 1-4, start the show off, and to be able to come back and rattle off 6 wins, and that would be a huge step, and not even just for the season, but just seeing growth in your team. Just being able to pull yourself out of a hole you dug yourself into, it's always a close game. We play EKU. Ever since I've been here in the past 5 years, every time it's been a close game. It's been a dogfight to the very end. I think in 2019 went to overtime. We scored on the first possession. Then I think the next time we played them was here in homecoming in 2022. And we were down like 21 points at halftime and came back and won in the fourth quarter of homecoming. And last year, I think we either went to double overtime or won in overtime last year at their place. So I expect it to be
No, this is going to be a dogfight.
I expect it to be a very close game. Both quarterbacks had a very similar season through the air. I think Morris is 11 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. Austin Smith is 12 touchdowns, 6 interceptions, and similar yardage. But yeah, it's always a dogfight with these two teams. I feel like this is probably one of our biggest rivals, and it's at home this year. So home field advantage, and I feel like it's gonna be. I feel like we might have a pretty good chance this week, and it's gonna be close.
I mean, I don't know, guys. Do we have home field advantage? Because we are
1-4.
We started off 1-4.
Yeah.
We won only one game at home. I mean, you're taking a look at the games we played at home. Lost against Southern Illinois. You beat Alabama A&M, but lost against Southern Utah.
That's
and
1-2.
And then you have 2 losses against Tarleton, Abilene. So I mean,
well, I'll just say this for a different home field advantage point of view. It's you don't have to travel,
right?
And I think you've been there before. Their visiting locker room is terrible.
Yeah, no, it's pretty bad.
It's terrible. It's like
you gotta come out of the ground.
Everybody's on top of each other. So like just having a few benefits like that, like having your own locker room, having your own you bring your own snack stuff to the locker room. You get to like your own hotel, so you're pretty familiar with everything like that. So there's nothing too ordinary out of the way that adds that extra stress and stuff to a player's mindset going into the game. So I feel like let's talk about. I'll put it in that point of view from a home field advantage. You don't have to worry about the travel and the stress, stuff like that. So.
But this is a team. I think this is type of game that you would rather have at home. Like you said, you've been rivals for years, and they come in on a 3-game win streak. Tarleton, and they beat Central Arkansas.
Yep. Then both teams are both 3-2 out of the last 5 games.
That's
so
what I'm saying. This is if this is the situation that you painted, it's a good thing that you relate to Vincent Van Gogh because you painted the most beautiful picture that you could at this scenario. This is a game, even though anything could happen between the top 2 in the conference, but this is a game that could boost you if anything happens. This game can put you in that 3rd, 4th, and then you come to the last week of the season next weekend, and anything could still happen at that point. And I know we got chat. And that's a different story that might be our kryptonite. But, I mean, this is the best game we can ask for. And I know if I'm Coach Ferris, this is do or die for us right here. This is to see what we can do next year. This is the morale booster. Because you get this win, and then you go next week to finish off the season, who knows what could be at stake. Then we looking pretty good. So I expect us to come out with some different type of intensity. The last couple of weeks, we've been there. I think now is when we come together and when all the season has come together and we finally get right, because some been brewing with our team and our coaching staff. We've been looking like a real football team, like we know something. The another 5 weeks start the season, we look like I was out there. I ain't never played a lick of football in my life, so I'm excited. This game, I didn't really understand the complications till now. This game really means something. We need this.
It means for us. It means, hey, trying to get back to 500, having a successful football season, and not breaking the streak of winning seasons, which we've had for about 3 or 4 seasons now. But for EKU, I mean, you can play a little spoiler, right?
Yeah. That's what I was going to say. That is the main point of the Govs right now, is to play spoiler for both these. I don't know how Chattanooga's doing right now. I don't know if they're in a playoff contention or not. But when you're in a spot like this, it's always good. We can say go ruin somebody else's season. Like,
they 6-4 too.
They're 6-4 too.
Yeah.
So I mean, they got a chance.
They are 6-4.
Are they in the SoCon? Is that what they are?
Second in the SoCon behind.
Yeah, so
Mercer.
they got a chance to make the playoffs, So there's nothing better than when you're in a spot like Austin Peay is to go ruin somebody else's season, So I mean, that's really because we're not going to make the playoffs this year. We're not going to win the conference championship, or the odds are slim to none for us to be able to do that this year. But you can go ruin somebody else's season, though. So I mean, I feel like that's something that some type of, if you're looking for motivation for the team, that's something you can rely on and lean on. But like I said, though, to see the growth the team has had from week 1 to now has been really, really fun to watch.
We could finish 3rd in the conference, 3rd or 4th.
And that would be huge. That would be so huge.
That's what I'm saying. That's huge, though.
Yeah.
That's important. That's an important feat you want to take out as a first-year head coach.
I mean, this reminds me of Coach Walton's first full year. I mean, the spring season, was kind of a short season. We had a pretty well season. But in the fall, I believe I think we had lost like 3 or 4 games in a row in the fall, and we were well below 500, and we routed off like 3 wins in a row to get to, I think it was 6-5 that year or something like that. We ended up coming out on a winning record, but like I said, didn't make the playoffs or something like that, but it helped establish something for the future. And so I think if they can come out and finish at 500, that's going to set the foundation for next year. So.
Yep. So Matt Morrissey is the quarterback. Matt Wells is the head coach. His 5th year as head coach. Joshua Carter is the guy I think we got to look at. He's got 924 yards, 11 TDs, averaging 5 yards a carry. So that's their bell cow for the Colonels. Again, we talked about their record, tied for 3rd in the conference right now. They're trying to squeak into the playoff with an at bid. But it's going to be interesting. And, again, EKU's, like Bryce said, this is a game that's always going to be close. It's always a dogfight. It always seems like, there's some extracurricular activities at some point in these type of games. So it's going to be interesting to see. I'm excited to see. I'm really excited to see how the Govs finish the season. I definitely feel way better than I did the first 3 weeks of the season. The first 3 weeks of the season, I feel way better.
Yeah. Completely.
So, all right. Well, if you haven't already, guys, we have social media. All right. If you haven't already, give us a follow on Instagram and Twitter. You're seeing it pop up now on APSU at APSU Crunchtime for, again, both Twitter and Instagram, or X if you want to call it that. It's what Elon calls it now. I still call it Twitter. But yeah. So, and then we're actually going to go ahead and throw it. We got some interviews for you this week. All right. It's been a couple weeks. All right. But
it's been a long.
Are we doing a pick 'em?
Yeah, later.
Hey.
Later?
Oh, yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah, that's right. That is
right.
right.
No, throw it to them.
All right, let's go ahead and throw it to the interview. All right. We're going to start with Kendall Ball, all right, and Ellis Ellis. We're going to throw it to them first, and then we're on the other side of this break, we're going to come back to you with the pick 'em.
Hey, everyone. It's Kendall Ball, and I'm here today with my special guest, Chase Allen. How are you today?
I'm great.
All right, first question we always talk about when we get to know someone is, where you're from and, how you came to Austin Peay.
I'm from Nashville, Tennessee. I went to Lipscomb Academy. I came to Austin Peay because of football, actually, so, yeah.
Yeah, I remember, me and Chase both being from Nashville, we actually played each other in high school. Those are some maybe not memorable games for me, but, how was it, being a part of such a successful program in high school?
It was good. It was a lot different than freshman year because sophomore year we got a new coach named Trent Dilfer, and he really set a standard there, and we just had to keep going every day and make sure we uphold that standard there.
So what made you choose to come to Austin Peay, and how has your experience been so far?
I chose to come to Austin Peay because of football. I got a PWO offer, and I actually just got put on scholarship. So, and the experience so far, it's been good. The school's been good, you know. Football's been good too. Just staying busy every day.
So you say you recently been put on scholarship, and it was a big moment for you. Take me through what was going through your mind when it was announced that you would be put on scholarship, and did you expect it to happen?
I wouldn't say I expected it to happen. I kind of was just like, I wasn't really worrying about the scholarship part, which I was really just worried about playing. What was going on in my head though, I was very surprised and very mixed with the different emotions. Like, yeah. So, yeah, it's just really exciting.
So who was the first person you told? And I'm assuming it might be your parents, but what was their reaction to the news?
So I called my mom, and my mom was next to my dad, and I told them to put the phone on speaker so they both could hear me. And when I told them, they kind of just started screaming, and they were really excited. Yeah.
So recently, you know, you've been playing a lot. So tell me, how has it been to be getting in the action and playing in these games?
It's a lot different than high school, I'd say. You feel a lot more sore after the games, and that just really brings a different component of playing college football. It's just the maintenance of your body, and so because your body's really your how do I say this? Your product, I guess you could say. So yeah, that's kind of the real big difference, honestly.
So you play DB. What are some DBs you might look up to in the college or professional game that you model your game after?
I always liked Tyrann Mathieu, just because he was a smaller guy, and he'd really come downhill and crack some people.
So have you always been a safety, or was it something you transitioned to in high school?
Well, so in high school, freshman and sophomore year, I was actually a receiver, except for, yeah, I was a receiver. After the first game sophomore year, we had some injuries the first game, so they moved me to corner, actually. So played there sophomore year, then junior, senior year, started. They transitioned me into a safety, and that's what I've been playing ever since.
So, you know, every player has their routine before a game or maybe throughout the week. Take me through your routine before a game and get prepared. What do you go through and the things that you do?
I'll just give you game day because that's just easier because throughout the week just changes. Game day, we wake up, I chug a water bottle as soon as I wake up. Then we go have breakfast. After breakfast, we have our shakeout, which is just the stretching and all that. Then we have our meetings, which can either be the side of the ball meetings or like a walkthrough. Then we usually have a little bit of time, depending on what time the game starts, to go back up to our room, take a nap if you want, get some homework done. Then we'll have lunch, have that. Then we'll have, I'll watch our little hype video before we leave to get back on the buses. After that, we leave, get back here, or wherever we're playing. Then I really just try to listen to music, try to calm myself down a little bit, and just get really locked in for the game, and start foam rolling. Then yeah, it's put all the stuff on. It's go time.
All right, that's all for me and my guest. I'm Kendall Ball, and this is Chase Allen, and right back to you guys.
All right, guys, really good job there with the interview. So we mentioned it on the other side of the interview. We have to pick them, and I completely forgot. See, it happens when you don't do the show for 3 weeks.
Yeah, when you get back in rhythm. Everything.
So, Dylan doesn't have the updated pick 'em quite yet.
It's been a crazy 3 weeks, y'all. We've been everywhere.
But we are going to update it. I mean, I know exactly where I am. I'm at the bottom of the barrel. All right, I'm last. I know exactly where I'm at. But I'm going to come back, and I'm going to at least get second.
But I can say this. I know my parlay hit. For our P parlay pick 'em, I know mine hit at
I
homecoming.
forgot about that.
No, I know mine's hit. Our defense got an interception. Jane Barnes had he had like over 50-some yards, and Copeland had a touchdown. I know I hit.
I can't even lie. I wasn't even really watching the game. I was too busy hanging out with the 2019 team. We were too busy catching up. I wasn't even really
How
watching
was
the
that?
game. It was fun, dude. Had a food for us and some other.
How many guys showed up?
I'd say there's probably about close to 20, maybe 20. 20
not
guys,
bad.
20 guys, I think.
That's
If I had
not
to roughly,
That's not bad.
Sean Winnie Hill did he cranked the horn beginning of the game. Cordell Jackson got inducted to the P Hall of Fame, so that was cool to see and stuff like that. So it was
Yeah.
fun catching up with everybody. So
Yeah.
Okay.
And you saw Matthew Gale on the Crunchtime
Matthew
game
Gale,
today.
yep.
Huge shout out to him for showing up. Awesome dude
But we're going to have the updated scores in the graphic.
for next week.
Yeah, we're going to have it in the graphic. But the least we can do is get a score prediction for the game.
All right, so I'm gonna go Govs win. All right, you can already mark me down. Christian, Govs win. I think the Govs have been playing a lot better on offense, but I think this is going to be a defensive struggle. Both these teams have pretty solid defenses. I think the running game is going to be prevalent. Again, Joshua Carter is the guy for EKU. I'm going to say the Govs win by a score of 28-24 in regulation.
28-24.
Yep, that's my prediction.
B-Rob.
I was trying to look up what our score was last year against them in overtime, but I'm not able to find it right now. But I think it's gonna be a close game. So, but you know what? I think the Govs get their second win at home this year.
Okay.
So I'm gonna go Austin Peay on top of the Colonels. I'm gonna go.
He can say 30-something.
I was gonna go 38-35. That's all I was gonna go.
Dylan, are you going to go for the clean sweep? Are you going to do it?
I just talked so well about them. I just did them so well. And then I feel like if I choose EKU, it's like, why did I do all that hyping up Austin Peay?
No, listen. I was close to not picking the Govs, because I think we've won the last two. So I think like they've had they got a little sour taste in their mouth, especially with being the same head coach that's been there for the past 5 years. I think actually, I don't think I've ever lost to EKU. I don't think. 2019 we beat them. 2022 we beat them. 2023 we beat them. Yeah, I think they got a little sour taste in their mouth. So hey, listen, man. I was close to picking EKU.
I'm gonna do this for the sake of my points because I can't go last place to him. If y'all don't know, this is one of his second to last episode of Crunchtime ever. So can we get Christian? Yeah, this is yeah.
So you want to send me out of losers, what you're saying?
Yeah, I need to send you out losers. So I'm gonna go 24-21 us. 24-21 us.
Clean
yeah.
sweep.
Clean
Yeah.
sweep.
Yeah,
Nice. So
24-21.
24-21.
Do
So
we get extra points if all three of us pick?
yeah. We could all get extra points, but it doesn't matter because then we all get the points, so there's no movement in the standings.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure.
But I know me and you close. When we go back and rewatch this pick'em for homecoming and add the parlays to them, we're gonna see where everybody stand. I think I'm first place, man. I think I'm first place.
Yeah, you are first place, and that makes me sick.
He's first place.
I think.
Yeah, dude, he's crushing me.
Yeah.
He's
Well,
ahead of me by
doesn't
like,
mean he's
I was
crushing
only
me.
a point behind you.
yeah, but
Well,
he's like 3 or 4 ahead
I'm
of
pretty
me.
sure my parlay hit too.
Are we
I
gonna
know
see?
I had a field goal hit. I know that.
We gonna see, man. I think I'm first place.
We're gonna see for sure, man. It's gonna be interesting, but I know the guy right here is so excited to talk. Well, maybe not the women's side of things, but he's excited to talk about basketball. Did you see that ugly smile? That was an ugly smile. That was a fake smile, though. That wasn't your.
My mom says my smile is beautiful. We
Yeah.
paid $5,000 for this smile. Ain't that right, Mom? We paid $5,000 braces, and I lost my retainers twice.
My dog just ate my retainer a couple days ago.
Your dog?
My dog.
That's crazy.
He was in the case too.
Wow.
On my nightstand.
What type of dog you got?
I got 2 beagles.
Oh.
Smokey and Rocky.
Oh, jeez.
Shout out to the boys, man.
Jeez. Anyway.
I know they're probably listening right now, but you should go to bed.
Anyway, let's talk about the Lady Govs basketball, as I know this guy will be at least somewhat interested to talk about it. The Lady Govs are still looking for their first win of the season, as they have started off the season 0-2, obviously dropping the first one at home against Bethel, 64-52. And then the previous Friday night, okay, they got shellacked in Nashville, Tennessee by those doors, anchor down, by a score of 93-37, as you see it right here at Memorial Gym. So this man right here, Dylan Walton, was on the call for the Govs, Lady Govs, on the radio side. So let's talk about this. How was it? Because that was your first time doing the radio.
How was it?
Yes.
From a personal standpoint, I think I'm a very harsh critic on myself because I'm an extremely hard worker. I don't think I did that well. That don't mean don't listen to me. I think I'm fine for real, but everybody got bad days. You know,
Were
everybody.
you the play-by-play or were you the cold?
I was solo. I was
Oh,
the
by
whole thing.
yourself?
I was solo, and
Wow.
I've done games solo before, but I think Vandy is off the floor is offset, so I'm off to an angle. So whatever's adjacent on the other end, I can't see.
So you were in Nashville calling it.
Yeah, I was in Nashville, so I really couldn't. It was hard. I had to get adjusted. I had never seen anything
That's
like
cool,
that.
man.
And then my headset sounded like I was a little bit of slurred. So maybe the Wi-Fi ain't the best out there in Memorial Gymnasium. So it was really hard for me to get my words together. But hey. Anchor down? I'm not anchor. Why would I say that? Why would I say that?
I was there last night as they got the win over the men got the win over
I
Cal.
seen
Talk about another shellacking. All right, witness that firsthand. But like you said, that gym is different. It used to be a theater. Fun
Yeah,
fact.
I could tell.
I've been there one time when I was little. I think it was when it might have been Austin Peay in Vanderbilt. I think honestly it was I think I was in elementary school or something like that. But it was.
Nah,
I've never been a big college basketball. I like NBA, man. I just can't.
I love, dude.
I can't get into college as much as NBA.
I'm with the women's, man.
Dude, when you're at a college game like I was last night in a basketball game,
You feel it.
and you see that ball like they shoot a three, you can just see it, and it goes through, and everybody just loses their
Just
mind.
imagine watching Steph Curry shoot a ball.
Oh,
I would
shut
cry.
up.
I would cry.
I've actually seen him play. Technically,
I saw Kobe play.
I did see him
Saw
play
Kobe
too.
play in Memphis.
I seen
I would
LeBron.
love to see Steph Curry play.
I saw Steph Curry's rookie year in Memphis.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't. But yeah, it was cool though. It was cool. I think my next one is in Murray. So come out if you live in the area, December 7th at Murray. I'll be a whole lot better. I wasn't nervous or anything. I just think it wasn't my night, and it'd be like that some nights.
Well,
yeah, it happens.
Speaking of not their night, like I said, the score was 93-37.
Hey man,
so
skip over that, bro.
if you don't know math, that's a lot to a little. 37 points in a whole game is not great.
Bro, that was so nasty. Bro.
For the Govs, it was Abby Cater. And
Shout
shout
out
out
to-
Abby Cater. Led us in
Hey.
points, though. Shout out Abby Cater.
Abby was hooping. Abby was
Yep.
hooping. Abby was
She was tied for the lead in points with 8. She shot 4-7 from the field, but again, I mean, not that it would have made that big of a difference, but the Gov shot 3 of 14 from 3-point range, so not great. There was not a single Gov with double-digit figures in
Yep.
points. So
But shout out to Abby though. Abby was hooping. Not even from a point standpoint. I like the way she played. She played with a beautiful pace. She got to her spots easily. You know, she can't be stopped going to the rim. So Abby was hooping. Everybody else played well. I mean, it was Vandy. Vandy. Let me tell you something. If you haven't paid attention, man, you need to go to a game. They got a squad.
Who, Vandy?
Yeah, the women's team. They got a squad, bro. They are. I don't know if they projected to do some business in the SEC when it comes to women's basketball, but I'm telling you now. Don't be surprised if you see Vandy, a top 3, top 4 team in the SEC.
how about Vandy, dude? With the
Yeah.
athletics.
Are they normally pretty good in basketball? I know
Women's-
they've been known as a baseball team for the past couple of
Yeah.
years, but I don't know what the basketball looks
Women's
like.
has been competitive, but they're not at the top. And then men's, they obviously have a new coach, so they're trying to work their way back. But
Yeah.
I mean, listen, they played well last night for the men's. I know the women's have crushed. I mean, granted, it's been Lipscomb and Austin Peay.
No, they got talent, bro. One of my friends, she played basketball with her. What girl on the team, Ayanna Moore. She was like, she been a bucket. They got buckets, bro. They got this girl, Camille Pierre, bro. Bucket.
They were like middle, kind of like top middle of the pack in the SEC last
Yeah,
year. But
no.
so it's,
They could easily be top 4 this year.
Yeah.
Easily.
I think especially women's college basketball has definitely been on the rise the past, at least over the year and a half. Especially with people wanting to watch like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, people like them. People want to start watching them. So hey, maybe I might start watching more.
Bro, let me tell you, bro. I'm on Twitter with them. I got all the little recruiting pages.
You got the updates and stuff.
Oh,
going?
bro, yeah. UTK just got a 5-star guard. Oh, a 5-star wing. I'm in there. The Govs, Coach Young and them, let me be a recruiter. Let me tell you.
I think you'd be a good recruiter.
I think
thought that.
I think you'd be a really good.
I think you'd be good, and I mean, maybe get some more talented players.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
you could help people. You could help persuade people to come here.
I'm like, bro,
That's important.
the Govs?
Legally, though, it has to be legal.
NIL, baby.
Well, we don't have a big. I don't think we have
me tell you something. Let me tell
See,
you
that's the one thing I think about Clarksville. Isn't it? I don't think that people don't want to help with NIL. I just think they just don't really know what it is here in Clarksville. Like, we have so many business opportunities here. I think they can help players. I just don't think those businesses really know what. Even they don't even know
How
what
to branch
NIL
out like
stands
that.
for.
Yeah,
They don't even
how
know
to
what NIL
branch out
stands
like
for.
that,
You
yeah.
know, so like when people come up to them like, "Hey, do you guys have any NIL opportunities?" They're like, "I don't know what that is." You know, so I just feel like once our city becomes more educated on that type of stuff, it'll be more beneficial for the players.
Get me, man. Put me out there.
I don't know if we can ask the Mainyards for any more money because they usually.
Yeah, they've pretty much.
No, shout
given
out to
their-
them.
Yeah,
They've given the shirt off our backs.
They've given us a lot of money here at Austin Peay, but that would probably be the first phone call if you set up. I don't know if there is a collective. I don't think there is, as far as I know. But
I think the football team got something done this year with some of the players. I don't know exactly what it is, but I think little inside source. I think they got something for their
You
players.
seen what Cam Ward did for his offensive lineman?
gave him that drip.
I iced out. That's what I'm coming to do. I'm the recruiter. I'm like, look, I'm gonna go down to the Ford with a truck sitting right across the street.
They get him some necklaces.
Yeah,
some
diamond,
chains, some diamond chains.
Yeah,
some
diamond
numbers.
chain. Bust down.
Yeah, drip.
I love watching him play.
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. I'm the recruiter. NIL up the roof. I'm telling you, bro. I go wherever in the country.
But that's the thing is like, I mean, we talked about it with like Caitlin Clark last year. Is like, Iowa. It's like, hey, it's a full collective, but they obviously distribute like, hey, Caitlin Clark, she's our star. Bam,
Yeah.
she's going to get a lion's share of the collective. Not to say that Clarksville is going to have a collective similar to Tennessee or Vanderbilt or Iowa. We're
nowhere
not going
near.
to have anywhere close. They have millions of dollars that they can distribute, but
A couple hundred, 100,000 to be smooth.
It's so funny because back in the day, like they used to say, like, "Oh yeah, coaches used to put like $500 in a McDonald's go bag and hand them to the players and be like, come play for me." Now it's all legal. Now they can be like, "We'll give you this money." And
Yeah.
I kind of liked it back in the day where they used to hide that money under the table to the players.
So what you get?
I didn't get nothing.
I say he didn't walk in with a scholarship. He had to earn a
Well,
scholarship.
I had a scholarship first when Healy was here. I got put on full ride, and then when he left, I didn't
HUD
get it.
went,
Yeah,
"Give me
HUD,
that."
HUD took it. HUD took it back. With no hard feelings. But
That's the business.
when Coach Walton got here, he put me back on. So
Shout out to Scott.
shout out to Scotty.
All right, so next time the Lady Govs will see action will be upcoming against Indiana State. It's actually tomorrow night. Indiana State, I looked at their schedule. They were either 1-2 or 0-3. I got to take a look at them, see what their record is. But that's again 6 p.m. Holman Center at Indiana State. Be the next time the Lady Govs see action. I'm trying to see what their score.
Yeah, we got a 4-day road trip. We go to Miami, Ohio, right after this game too. So.
Are you going with him?
Nah, this ain't my game.
He says we. He means like he's.
Yeah, I'm riding with him. Them my girls, man.
I'm saying that'd be cool if you
Nah.
if you got to go with him and
Nah,
do the radio.
I
That'd be
go.
cool.
I go to some other games though. I go to Murray. I go to Bellarmine. I go to Kentucky. I go to Georgia. Go to Florida with them.
So a little closer to home.
Yeah.
So they are 1-2. They actually beat Wright State Tuesday night, 68-51. So they will be entering that game 1-2. The Lady Govs will be entering at 0-2. But
We need one of these.
we need
ladies.
We need something just to get us right, man.
Yeah,
Just
we need
get
one
us
of these on
right.
these road trips. Somebody lock in.
You know who's locked in right now?
Woo, doggy.
You know who's locked in right now?
Come on now.
That would be the men's side of things. But we have another interview to throw to. But on the other side of this interview, we're going to get you that.
Hey everyone, I'm Abby Cater here, and today I'm here with Sai Witt, and we are just here to get a little bit of interview questions about him and his team this season. So thank you for coming today, Sai.
Thank you for having me, Abby.
Of course, of course. So, and I also wanted to give you congratulations on your great start to the season, 3-0. So with that, what do you think has been your team's success with being 3-0?
I would say we are really banded as brothers. We take pride in going hard for each other. You know, just the fact that I know what their why is on why they're here. They know what my why is on why I'm here and my goals. So we go hard for each other's goals so that it means more to us than just self. It means team to us. So I think that's what has been able to help us accomplish our goals of starting off on a strong foot, starting off 3-0 for the first time since 2000. You know, so I think that's what just our brotherhood has, circumferenced that for us.
I would agree, and it seems that like things are clicking both offensively and defensively. So just talk to us about that a little bit. Like, what's been the focus and practice for that?
We definitely take pride in our defense. We work on defense from the first drill to the last drill. Like, that's how we start. That's how we end every practice. We want to guard. We want to be one of the best teams on defense in the country. So with that being said, we take heavy pride in guarding. So we'll come in and someone will be like, hey, like, coach, I know this is their main guy. I want him. And that's got like, I want a piece of him too. So it's all about everybody wanting a piece, you know. Nobody's shying away from it. Nobody's flinching. Nobody's dodging. We all want a piece. So I think that's what we fighting tooth and nail on defense, and that's what's, you know, also helped us with our success.
So how do y'all plan on keeping that momentum going as the season progresses?
Oh, you know, keeping the main thing. It's real simple. We're going to guard. We're going to be tougher than the next team. No one's going to outwork us. No one's going to out-tough us. You know, that's how we plan on keeping our success. And, you know, staying healthy, staying as brothers, you know, always uplifting one another, always working hard for the next guy. Those keys, and we got a saying, it's called strategic toughness, ready around the clock. I think having that will allow us to maintain our success throughout the season.
Yes, and you are one of the most outstanding players on the team. So, and you've had a great performance last game. So, with that, how do you feel that your game has improved?
One thing that I've done, you know, worked on the most, I would say, is my free throws. I want to become a better defender and a better free throw shooter this season. So with that, you know, come in with Coach Gipp at 5 a.m. and work on my free throws. And, I mean, it paid off last game, went 9 for 12 from the free throw line. Defensive-wise, I feel like I've guarded much better this season. I've been able to, and that's helped my team, which is why, you know, we have held teams to under 65 the last, you know, 2 games. And teams that have been really explosive on offense, we're slowing them down. So, me personally, just those 2 things, free throws and defense, I feel like have impacted my success this season.
And with that, how do you maintain your confidence and stay calm with like high pressure on the court?
The work. The work is what makes you maintain your confidence. You never get out of whack when you know you put the work in. So the fact that I know that I woke up every morning at 4:30 to be at the gym at 5 so that I can knock a free throw down, it calms me when I get to the free throw line. The fact that I know I'll be there to help my brother on the rotation and somebody's going to help me on my rotation, that calms me, you know. Just knowing that my brother's got my back, my coaches got my back, the community got my back. It's just, it all goes hand in hand to just know that the work goes into it, and that's what allows me to stay calm, cool, and collected.
Have you guys had any faced any adversity, and if so, like how did your team get out of that? Like how did y'all show unity to overcome that?
You know, I mean, we face adversity every day. Every day is an adversity, but in gameplay situation, you know, team basketball is a game of runs, is what they call it. So, for instance, at Butler, we're up 10. Butler goes on the 10-0 run to tie the game, you know, so we had to face adversity. Like, hey, like, we had to come together, hey, let's slow this down. Let's be calm. Let's continue to guard, and let's go ahead and win it. So, in that instance, we just came together as one. We didn't point fingers. We didn't blame the other person. We just came together and said, hey, let's get this job done together. Let's walk out of here victorious. And that's when it ended up happening. So just staying together and, you know, staying grounded through times when adversity, because we know it's going to hit. Basketball's supposed to. If it's not hitting, we're bad.
Well, thank you for coming today, Say. Just really wanted to thank you for that, and good luck on the rest of your season. I know you guys will do great. So we're going to send it back to them in the studio.
Thanks for having me.
All right, Abby, really good job there. Talk about Abby Cater working hard. She literally left for the trip against Indiana State like an hour after she did this interview. So talk about someone who is a studious.
Yeah, and she locked in right now.
She's locked in.
She locked in, so shout out to Abby.
And we can appreciate that. We can appreciate that, Abby. Not only is she a great athlete, but she's a great student.
Yeah. She in her bag right now. I know she's probably tired. I know she's probably tired. Because I'm tired. I'm tired.
But Corey Gibson, he's not tired.
No, man.
The men's are not tired right
dude,
now.
Man, I love him.
Man.
I've never met him before. I've never talked to him, but just from watching his demeanor and
He
stuff
give
on
me
the
Scotty
sideline.
vibes.
Yeah, he does. Like, he played here, right? He played here, right?
Yeah.
I love the military look. I feel like it's a shout out to Fort Campbell, you know, Clarksville. Some people are like, why? He popped up on my Twitter this week. He was like, why is the Austin Peay head coach in full? Like,
Yeah.
I was like, well, people don't know, we're home to one of the biggest military bases in the
It's
world.
respect. He paying respect.
Yeah, I love it too. And I feel like it gives that team an itch or something. Like it gives them something unique about them. You know, like they're Austin Peay. That's the team that their head coach comes out in all army uniform. You know, but I feel like his energy, man, just flows to the rest of the team, man, and gets those guys ready to go.
Hey, we've been popping on Instagram.
Really?
Highlight
Fox College Hoops on Twitter
Yeah.
had him on there. And
Yeah.
I was like, oh, man, like, this is awesome.
We had the big upset week 1.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So
I'm
I'm excited to watch, man. I'm gonna have to go to a couple games this year, man.
So, speaking of the Govs, they are just coming off a win on Veterans Day. That's
Monday.
reason-
That was a
big-
really good game.
big reason why Coach Gibson was in full military fatigue, because they were playing on Veterans Day. And they got the win against in-state rival Chattanooga by a score of 67-61. And LJ Thomas led the way with 18 points. Our guy, Hansel Manuel, Mr. NIL, speaking of,
No.
5 points, 7 boards, and a steal. And so the Govs improved to 3-0 on the season with a date against SEC in-state rival Tennessee here upcoming. But let's say with the mocks here, we mentioned LJ Thomas, 18 points, had 10 boards as well. Sai Witt, 17. I believe so.
My man going, he's leading the stat sheet in every category.
Nah, he cold, bro. He cold.
Yep. Sai Witt, we saw him yesterday at a little political show showing up.
So
Also, I ain't got my Oakleys yet either. So
You're never going to get those, dude. You might as well just let that go.
not.
It's not going to happen.
I want him to. I'm gonna tell you, if
Well,
I
yeah.
get him though, it's up.
Well, yeah, dude.
Didn't y'all go to the showcase, the hoop showcase?
He
I
did.
didn't stay long,
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I didn't. He did.
but I'm going next year though.
Hey,
For sure.
You need to ask him.
Hey, you know, hey, Coach Gibb, I get on the NIL too. Recruit for. Hey, if I recruit for the men, if I recruit for the women, it's already over. We going move us to the ACC or something. You know,
For the
Take-
women?
yeah, take out Boston College or something like that. I don't, but the men, oh man, you put me as a recruiter of the men, it's over with.
It's over.
It's over
Oh,
with,
man.
baby. Baby, Alabama, Auburn, whoever wants. UConn, Coach Hurley. Come on, dog. You ain't seeing me. I promise
So you grew up a big women's college basketball.
I
or-
say with like the last 5 years, yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the last 5 years I've been knee deep into it. I can't lie.
Do you have a favorite team growing up?
No.
No,
Well,
he
now
doesn't do
now
favorite
my
teams.
favorite team.
You
Yeah,
know,
I can't pick
well,
teams. I can't pick teams
Outside of the Govs, if you had to pick a team like to ride with,
to ride with right now because I'm loyal to my friends and my friends. We work, we grind. He a Ole Miss women's basketball GA. So right now, outside of the Govs, if you see me post on Instagram, it's for the Lady Rebels out there.
They're
Ole
pretty good.
Miss.
They're pretty good.
They pretty good. So shout out Coach Yo. Shout out to my boy Tyler. The Lady Rebels and the Lady Govs I'm rocking with.
You know what I'm rocking with? 40% from three-point
Yeah,
range
that's
against
impressive.
the mocks.
No, bro, we can't miss.
43% from the field. So it's nice to see that the Govs can win multiple ways. Obviously, they can put up points when they need to. Different guys can do, I mean, we saw against Butler, Isaac Haney had 2 points. And then he came back this game and I think he had 14 points as well. But different guys step up. Hansel's playing a lot, which is something that's really awesome.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually.
Well, he's kind of playing like that Draymond Green role. Where he's
Yeah.
not going to score a lot, but he's going to get you rebounds. He's going to play defense.
He runs that court, man.
No, he do. He be ready.
He's basically the second point guard.
No.
Yeah.
That's what. Yeah.
He's going to give you stuff that's not going to show up in the stat sheet, but it's critical to success on the court. But I don't know, man. I know it's early. I know it's super early in the season. I don't want to crown anybody champions by this point in the season, but I'm really excited about this guy.
I think y'all thought I was playing when I said it a couple weeks ago. We could low key make the tourney. We could make what if we beat Tennessee on Sunday? Sunday's the 17th, right?
Yes.
Yeah, Sunday.
Listen, that's
2 o'clock.
That's why we say, man. That's why the game is played, man. That's why it's not played on paper. You always gotta, put that ball through the hoop, bro. That's all I gotta.
But that's the thing. What if we beat? The reaction we'll have Monday coming back to campus.
Listen, I know the reaction we had against football when we didn't beat Tennessee, but we just went up there and played well. Like I think we went into halftime down by 3 points or 6 points or something like that at halftime.
I was so mad. I was so mad when y'all blew that game, bro.
Yeah, it was. I think
'Cause it was tied at one
They
point.
were a top 10 team in the nation at one point. They were a top 10 team in the country.
Yep.
They're at that game. So we didn't even win the game, but just to go up there and see that we played well. Not even that we got the recognition that we need, but all their fans and their batter base started questioning them. So like I said, this is a great opportunity for the Govs to go up there and make something shake.
But I'm excited. I think we got a chance. We can shoot. What you say? We 40% on the season
We shot 40% last
night.
week.
Yeah,
But it's been around that area.
I still think we're around the 40%.
Bro.
Yeah, we're around that area.
When I tell y'all we have a clip that don't run out, we can to K.O. Carpenter. LJ Thomas from NC State.
Y'all ready for my crazy stat?
Oh yeah, he said
was
he
crazy
had
stat.
one. Yeah, he said he had one.
So the last time the Govs went to the tournament was 2016,
Yep.
Mhm.
and I was looking at looking at that team and some of the statistics to compare to. I know it's early.
Yeah.
I know we're 3 games in, but I just kind of wanted to see where we're at. And in 2016, that team averaged 76.6 points per game, outscoring their opponents 230 to 202. So they were scoring 76.6 points per game in 2016. Guess how many points we're scoring per game? 76.7.
Oh.
So
Okay. All right.
I think we got a chance. I mean, we lost last year in the
Can
championship.
we withhold that for the 25-35 game stretch? I
Yeah.
hope so.
Yeah, we have the guard play. Sai Witt, big body, he gets the job done. He don't pass. He not a big passer.
Kobe.
Yeah,
The A button don't work.
Yeah, it don't at all. It don't, I don't think he got it on his controller. But I mean, it go in, so you can't be mad. Well, he like 6'6", 250. That's a big body to deal with, and he physical. He gonna put all 250 into your chest, and I hope you got ice packs and some Aleve or some ibuprofen, because he put a hurting on you.
See, I've always wondered what it felt like to play like a physical basketball game, like a couple games throughout the week. Because I know you know what it feels like to play a football game. You know that, but like just to constantly have to body on body, like box somebody out
3 times
like,
a week.
Yeah, like a big like that,
And no break.
no break, and you're constantly running up and down the courts. I never.
It's a different
Different type of feel.
Exactly. It's a
so-
different war of attrition, right? Football, it's just, sudden, and it's, impactful on one day, right? You practice, but you kind of keep the hitting light in practice. But basketball, I mean, you're constantly,
It's nagging.
And don't get me wrong, the hits
yeah.
aren't as crucial. That's why you get a week off of football and you get maybe 1 or 2 days for basketball. But like still, though, like those stuff build up over time.
No,
Yeah.
it does, bro. My back still hurts from 14, 15 years old, and I'm 23.
Yeah. My knee still hurt from when I played
The other
literally this
day?
past weekend. My legs
Oh,
are
you
still
was
a little
hooping this
dead.
past weekend?
Yeah, dude. I was hooping.
What'd you average?
I average about 6 rebounds a game.
Okay.
A couple, maybe a block or 2, and then like 0.5 points. I don't.
You don't score?
I don't.
You're a
I
board
don't
guy?
shoot, yes.
Oh my god.
I average probably about 5 assists a game as well. I'm a guy that I set everybody up. I don't shoot. All right.
Why not?
Because it's not my game. You got to know your role.
You don't
all
put
right?
up. So what you get, a layup?
Yeah, like every once in a while, a little pick and roll, a little layup. Every blue.
Okay.
moon,
How many shots are you taking and missing? That's the thing.
Probably like 3, and I'm
Ah.
probably hitting 1.
Do you remember
every
that
once in a
time we
while.
had all the GAs played basketball?
Dude, that was so fun.
And I was playing with y'all that day.
What was this?
No, this is football GA.
Oh,
Football GA.
that was so fun.
Yeah, and Brian Baca, shout out to Brian Baca. I accidentally either crossed him up or tripped him on accident,
They should take
and
the
he got
cross up.
mad because he was my quarterback coach at the time. Or he was the GA, but he was like or I don't know if he was the GA at the time.
He was like a quality control.
Yeah, but he was our quarterback coach, and I crossed him up. I'm gonna say I crossed him up, coach. I'm gonna say I crossed you up, and you hit the floor, and you heard that little scream from your skin hitting the floor. So
Did you finish? Did you make the?
I stopped because I felt bad for him.
Whoa, my
Listen, bro, that's my coach, bro.
Oh, my
I felt
God.
bad for him, and he got up. And he was like, I was like, Coach, my bad, Coach. I didn't mean to do it.
Those games got physical too.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Like
Those
those
games
games
got
got physical,
Bro,
man.
but
Listen,
you supposed
Except
to
when
finish
Coach-
the play.
Listen, I just kind of felt out of place, man. 'Cause at the time, I was battling for a quarterback spot at the time, dude. So I was like, oh God,
It's too late. You already dropped him.
Yeah. Except when Coach Walden was there, everyone
never,
backed off.
I never
on him.
played with him. I heard that man. Hey,
He
Coach
could
Walden
shoot.
can hoop?
He could shoot.
Yeah, Coach
dude.
Walden's a
he
hooper,
could
man.
shoot out of the gym.
I'm talking. He'll come
Which-
across half court. Hey,
Which worked because no one wanted to touch him. Because he's the head coach.
No,
right?
facts,
No
facts,
one wanted to touch him, so it worked out. But he was a great shooter. Him and Baca were really good shooters.
I could see him running around.
It would literally,
Yeah.
it would literally be like they would be on other teams, and like Baca would come up, shoot a 3, most likely make it, and then it would be Scotty who would come right back down.
I can
shoot
see him skipping and
no,
hopping.
I heard people used to say when Coach Walden used to play defense, he'd be like smacking the floor when they come across half court. He'd be like one of
Yeah.
those dudes like this.
He got into it, dude.
like, he's like, come on.
He got into it, man. But yeah,
And of course,
that's-
like when everybody want to sub in, they never want to sub him out. Like, nah, Coach, you good? Whoever, Coach, you got, you gotta come out, Coach. Like,
yeah. It was fun, man. It was fun, man. I miss those days. But that'll do it here for Crunch Time for this episode. We will see you guys next week for our season finale. It will be interesting. Gov's entering the last. No, who cares about me? No one here is here to see me. But the Govs will enter, obviously, their final game of the football season at home. Obviously, we'll have more hoops talk, with you guys. But that's going to do it for here.
One more to go, y'all.
One more to go. For myself, Christian Hunt, Dillard Walton to my right, Bryce Robinson to my left, we will see you guys next week.
Let's go,
Peace.